There are countless sources of information out there. So what do we do when we find an unfamiliar source to determine if it's something that we want to trust? Now, this may surprise you, but I'd advise you to do what fact checkers around the world do as their first stop. I want you to go to Wikipedia and get a summary of what that person, publication, or group behind the website is all about. Now, I know you may have heard bad things about Wikipedia in the past. In some cases, like if you're writing a research report, you don't want to use Wikipedia as your main source of information. But for things like this, it can be really useful. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple technique to use Wikipedia to assess sources. So here's an example. This is an article from Stat News that says that coronavirus can stay on surfaces up to 72 hours. And this is something I'm really interested in. I've heard people say it could stay on surfaces for weeks. I've heard others say just a couple hours. So my first question is, if I'm going to educate myself on this, is this a good source? So what we do is this. We go up to the search bar here. We're going to strip off everything from that / over. And we're going to just type Wikipedia here. Now, there's nothing special about this. This is just a search. But you'll see it floats the Wikipedia article to the top of the search results. Now, what do we look for on the Wikipedia page? It varies. Sometimes what sticks out is the agenda of the group. Something you thought was a research group turns out to be an advocacy group with political or corporate aims. Or maybe the source has a history of unreliability, right? But most often it will turn out the source is just fine. So rather than giving you a checklist of things to look for on the Wikipedia page, I want you to focus on two organizing questions. First, is the site or organization I am researching what I thought it was? And if not, does the new information about that site make it more or less trustworthy? So if we go through Stat here, we see that it's an American health-oriented news website launched by the owner of the Boston Globe. If we hover over Boston Globe, we see that the Boston Globe itself is a well-established newspaper that's been around for a long time. When we look at things like this, more staff members doesn't mean it's a better site, but again, if this was a national site, we would expect more than a few employees, right? And that's what we see here, right? So it matches our expectations, and that's what we're looking for. Now, there's nothing magic about this technique, by the way. This will work in any browser with any search engine. If you're using a phone or tablet, you can just open a new tab and search the name of the site along with the word Wikipedia to get to the Wikipedia entry quickly. So let's look at another example. This next article makes a rather stunning claim that a U.S. agency distributed test kits contaminated with coronavirus, which rendered them useless. So again, if we go up to that address bar, just add Wikipedia, what we find already is the person running this site is a known conspiracy theorist. We can actually click through and we'll find there are multiple citations here to support that, right? So if you want to find out why he's known as a conspiracy theorist, you can do that. Or you can scroll further down in this article and find that he actually believes the world is being ruled by a race of lizard people that shapeshift into humans on demand. So not your best source of coronavirus information in this particular instance.